Hit that share button. Hit the like button. Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, I got left out last week. They playing behind my back and made it happen last night.
What's the 5 P's?
No, it ain't proper. That ain't proper nothing.
Proper preparation.
Are you talking proper preparation prevents poor performance?
How long we did it on Fridays?
5 P's.
Nick, let me read these text messages.
I know.
Oh, okay then. I was about to read these text messages.
We had planned to do it on Saturday. I know.
We had planned.
And then last minute, nobody called me. Had a curveball thrown. I was excited to get in. Yeah. I was excited to get in with my brothers and
God's sovereignty, man. We saved you from a wreck.
Man, you ain't been here in a month.
Man, I've been on tour.
Man.
But the good thing is I took a step back and now I'm I took a step back from traveling.
Take a step back like Steph Curry.
I'm happy.
Oh, man.
Look, it's so crazy because we don't see the effects of or not necessarily the effects, but we don't see the impact that we have on people in our community, especially people that are not like us, but was like us, or still is like how we used to be, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say any names, but I had a long talk with a cousin of mine that we grew up around, and basically just like us, and people looked at us at some point and just thought basically we were a lost cause.
Yeah, definitely.
And the crazy thing about it is that, and here's what we had talked about. How do you expect broken people to not do broken things?
Man.
I mean, think about it. Like, our families were literally dysfunctional and broken.
Yeah, when that's all you know.
And that's all you know, but people expected us to do other. I mean, and that's
different. Yeah,
that's the hardest part. Is like, how do you get the culture to wrap the culture that, like right now, we are in a broken. We're in a culture where it just seems like over the past 10 years, where marriage and divorces are at an all-time high, and you have single-parent homes, and you have stepdads upon stepdads. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Grateful for the stepdads to step in and fill in the gap. But, there's something about, parents and mom and dad being in the home. You have stepdads where you have situations where people have gotten married, got a divorce, got another husband, got a divorce. Look at all the brokenness and all the chaos. Yeah. What that put these kids through day in and day out, so
chaos just ensues more chaos. Right?
But the way he said it was like, broken people do broken things, man.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. Here, let's start it off. Welcome to another edition of Trust the Process podcast. Yours truly, Rob the People's Plug Martin, joined by always the Italian Stallion, the little brother, the Reverend Nick Martin.
What's up? What up?
And back like a bad habit, like he never left. Mr. Irregular Strength, Julius Maddox. We live in the studio.
Had to shed them grave clothes off like Lazarus.
Sounding real proper like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So broken people, they create other broken people.
Man, they broken people do broken things.
Man, so hurt people, right? So it also works the other way around. I went up to see my mom yesterday, and I was telling her about how 10 years ago, so when we was growing up and somebody came to us and let's say they would have been like, look, y'all need to, take 10, 20% of whatever money you got and go take it to this financial advisor. Where would you go?
I mean, we don't know. We
didn't know nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody looked like us, right?
Yeah.
So that it was very odd and foreign to us when if somebody would have told us that, they may have told us that information, but we would not have felt comfortable enough to go and pursue someone like that because, first of all, he don't look like us. We don't trust him.
Yeah.
So how can you ever be exposed to that lifestyle if nobody ever looks like you does whatever particular thing that you're wanting them to do?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like you can't be exposed to that if you've never been. I don't know what I'm trying to explain. Like,
well, I mean, if like a lot of times, all we know is what we see.
Right.
So if we don't see these people and we don't know these people, we don't trust these people. So especially like a lot of times, and we know in prominent families that they have somewhat, not a physical blueprint, but they have somewhat of a blueprint.
Oh yeah, nice
of what you're supposed to be doing in life. So typically, for example, you have kids that they go to school. A lot of times they have tutors at home, or I'm saying even the smart kids got people who are tutoring them.
They got a nice blueprint, don't they?
They have they put them in certain things like piano lessons and things to broaden their mind.
Hey, piano lessons changes things.
I know they take them on vacations and they expose them to a whole different level of life. Like I have this. So my neighbors next door. They pretty much own, shout out to the Winks, they own a lot of the farm in that area, right?
Yeah.
And, my neighbors next door, their son, he's, since I've lived there for about 2 years, since he's probably about 14. But as I'm watching, he's doing the same thing his dad is doing in the summertime.
Oh, yeah.
So once his dad would be, mowing and spraying, the weeds and tilling the ground and doing all this stuff, I literally watched this young man transition to start
his dad,
doing all that. And from there, literally operating machinery and doing, them big combines and big tractors and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, whenever we was that age, our parents was in the grind mode. They all were hustling. Like his dad is a form of putting in hard work, hustling. But our parents was a different type of hustling. Like I remember my dad getting up and knowing we had to have some money for something. And what he would do, he would last minute go hustle some money.
Yeah.
He would wash windows, or he would go sell ads for the Dust Bowl and doing all these different things. And my mom,
drastic decisions.
Yeah, my mom, she did what she was doing. I remember I was maybe 8 or 9, and of course I didn't see my dad just get up and go to work every day. But what I did see, I heard my mom and my dad literally fighting and screaming at each other, right?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you remember these things. And my dad said, "I'll sell crack if I want to."
Yeah.
And I just thought about, I didn't really know what it was. I knew it was bad, just because you hear about people calling other people's parents crackheads, and the whole spiel about that.
Right.
But let me tell you what, you know what hit different that hurt me the most, that crushed me, was in 9th grade when somebody came home. 2 people told me that my dad was a crackhead.
Yeah, your dad's a crackhead. When that reality sets in, I don't think that you realize even what you're in, because when you're a kid, that's normal to you.
Yeah, the dysfunction
you
was
don't know
normal.
no difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not until somebody with the outside view comes in and says, look, y'all are really crazy. Your dad ain't normal. Plus, he's buying crack from my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That'll crush a kid.
I remember when I used to get strung out on Xanax, I'd be on a mission. I had a list. Look, I had a list of people that I would go bully them just about every single day.
I know that's right.
And let them know, look, if I catch you selling my dad crack, I'm going to beat you out.
Yeah. We going at it.
And that's the crazy thing about it. But here's what it is, Rob. Here's the kicker. Everything that I hated, I became.
Yeah.
So everything that I hated, I became because of what I perceived, and subconsciously, whatever it was, I picked up on it. And guess what I was doing? Selling crack.
You're normal. You become your normal.
Selling crack.
Yeah, you
Thought
become.
It was cool.
You think unless you're exposed to a certain level of life, you're gonna naturally just adapt to whatever you've seen.
Now, because we're a fallen nature, at some point everybody, mankind, period, we all choose to do the wrong things at some point in time.
Oh yeah.
But some people, I think there's different level of wrongs, and there's different levels of learning experiences, and some people are able to.
It's just like right now. But some things you're going to give your kids a certain level of exposure, right? So that's why our job, even though when they become older and they start making their own decisions, our job is to still stack that deck in their favor.
What's up? What you say, Reverend? I know you've been silent over here.
No, I just think.
Man, he's thinking about that bank account.
No, you reproduce. You reproduce what you are, right? So pit bulls reproduce pit bulls, lions reproduce lions.
Man.
So what happens in broken families is you usually you pass that on and make more broken families. And I just think that you don't see the effects of what you're doing in the moment because it's normal. So dysfunctional in a home is normal. Yelling in a home is normal.
Right.
And in psychology, they'll say, if you're used to a loud home and you come in and it's too quiet, you'll make noise. You'll make noise because
that's crazy.
Because the quietness feels uncomfortable to you.
Yeah, some people are so used to chaos that peace is foreign to them.
Like it almost feels like when things are going good and normal, it's almost so you feel like something's wrong.
And that's why you see in recovery where people dive off where 9 times out of 10, people leave recovery. People don't make it the first 30 days or even the first. I mean, like, it's very rare to see somebody make it a year. I think it starts to fall off as the time goes because people are not used to living life outside of chaos.
Yeah.
So like Tim Keller says, you can take people physically out of slavery more easily than you can take them mentally out of slavery.
That's it.
And I think so. Like you'll see people do a long time in prison, and what they call it in prison is you get institutionalized, and that becomes your normal to wake up, make your bed, chow time. You do this. You're very structured.
Yeah, you got a good routine.
So what happens when you get set free is you're mentally still incarcerated.
That's right.
You're mentally still institutionalized. And I think that's what happens in broken generations is you're institutionalized to that's normal.
Man, that's good.
So what we do is, we just use the same system that we see. So like I've even thought about this. At 16, my mom was just like, get a job. Not a good job. It was just get a job. Not a job that was like, hey, this will help you in your career and later on in life.
Right.
It was, hey, if you got to go work at, and I'm not saying nothing's wrong with it, but if you got to go work at McDonald's or Long John Silver's or Burger King, instead of thinking long term of, let's go, can you intern somewhere? Can you do this? Can you do that?
Right.
What do you want to do when you get older? Let's go ahead and put you in that position.
I'd said, also, just kind of talking about that and being in certain situations, in certain environments, man, I'm telling you, so like what Jew was saying about his cousin who was having this conversation with him about how broken people just do broken things. A lot of times the system is broken around you. So how can you ever come up out of a system that's broken and broken is just all normal to you? So why would somebody who is in a position want to come out of something when it's so easy to stay broken, right?
Mm-hmm. Like so I wrote that on Facebook the other day, and I've been thinking about like prison reform all week.
Man.
And I think one of the problems with getting out of prison is usually go back to the same environment that got you locked up in the first place.
What percentage of people do you think that prison helps?
Very few.
Like 10%?
Yeah.
10% that goes to prison and it changes them?
Yeah.
I would say that's about right. Because here's the thing. If I'm living in a neighborhood and all I've known for generations is we came from this neighborhood, we grew up in this neighborhood, we stayed in this neighborhood, my mama did the same thing, my grandmama, my great-grandma, our dads wasn't around, males didn't have an influence in our lives. So then the government comes in like they did back in the 70s. They started building what they was calling the housing authority, right?
Yeah.
Which is the
projects. In
my projects. And so what happens is when living in the projects become normal, getting food stamps become normal, not having to work becomes normal. Why else would you expect for me to do anything when you make it so easy to stay broken, right? So what they do is they take these buildings. Somebody can walk to the what is that place called where you go get like food stamps and stuff?
The SNAP office.
All right, so it's easier to get there than it is to get to like a job fair.
Yeah.
Right? They make it readily available for you to come there. You can come get all the vouchers you want, and we'll hand it out to you so you can stay in this condition.
So the projects are great, and they're bad at the same time. So what happens usually in the projects is, guess who kids hang around? Other kids in the projects, right?
Broken people do broken.
So it goes back to broken people find a broken environment and do broken things. It's your mind isn't even expanding.
The whole system is broke
beyond the projects because everybody that you're friends with they live in the same projects, and guess what their mom and dad do also? They're usually on, a lot of times they could be on drugs or in broken families, and they're in that same type of system. But I think you can break the system. It just takes a lot more hard work.
The system is broke. The system, right?
It's
I thought
up about that. I was trying to think, is prison good? I think prison is good.
Some people do need prison.
I think jail is good.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
jail changed my life.
I was thinking, what do we do to change? Jail is good, and it's for a purpose. It's your mindset that's broken.
Yeah, no doubt. That's exactly. I think that's where it starts at. But if you've been conditioned over so many years of this is normal, how do you ever get out?
Yeah, because people are conditioned to think that jail's normal. It's okay. It's a part of their life.
You know that a lot of people, especially in the bigger cities, their whole goal is to get locked up.
Well, a lot of times because it's easier to go to jail than it is to survive on the streets.
To maintain, yeah.
You get a hot meal. You get they call
three
it
hots
two,
in a cot.
3 hots in a cot.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you get health care. They'll it might take a while.
Yeah, you can't tell me no if I get sick.
Yeah, so all these things. So it's easy to survive in jail. No responsibility. Think about being in jail. No responsibility. And I started to get scared. I told Nick this one time. I'm like, man, I'm getting scared. Why would I be getting scared? Well, because I was getting comfortable.
That's it.
I was in that bed mode. You know where you I'm about to lay it down. You're about to get time.
Man, you start waking up smiling, happy.
Yeah, something's
you start
different.
Enjoying the smell.
Yeah, you start. You're playing. You wake up to do whatever it is. Well, they're playing dominoes. Once I started thinking like that, I was like, no, I got to get out of here.
Time?
I'm getting too comfortable. I was probably about 2 months in.
Your natural state
I was like,
in.
look, I'm getting comfortable. It ain't bothering me like it should, and this ain't. And I was already transitioning. The difference is, I would wake up, I'd read my Bible, I would do all these things,
right?
But I still didn't want to get comfortable. I would hear people talking about, on this one I'm facing 2085. I'm about to just lay it down. Might be able to do an appeal and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, dog, you got 4 kids at home.
Hey, man.
And you are just okay. You are okay with your current situation. And that is not okay. These dudes they're okay with going to prison. And this is what hits me so much is I can't tell you how many people that in my time at Friends Centers that I've seen with 10 plus years on the shelf. And they knew they was going to at least go back and do 5.
Man.
Throw it all away.
And this is why, I taught on this on Wednesday, why identity is so important is because a lot of the times what do people do? They think I'll move and my life will change.
Yeah.
I'll move to Evansville and that will change everything because it's the environment.
No, yeah.
The problem is you're taking your mind with you. You're taking yourself with you. And that's why I think you have to have your identity rooted in Christ and your identity rooted in who he says you are. Because if not, you're just managing internal and external darkness.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why, I remember when Johnny used to say, Nick, you're so much smarter than what you do. You're so much smarter than how you act. You're so much smarter, but I didn't want to believe that about
That felt weird,
I didn't want to believe that about myself.
Yeah, when people tell you that.
That felt weird,
because
didn't it?
It was more comfortable not working. It was
That's right.
more comfortable
not
having to, grind through the low expectations because the bar was real low, so it's real comfortable. Of look, you ain't no expectations of me.
You're not pushing yourself.
Why would you expect for me to get up and go to work?
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's foreign.
It's like going to the gym and lifting the same weight every single day.
Exactly.
Or going down in weight.
Yeah, or going down in weight. It's you're not even maintaining. You know what I mean? It just becomes
you're just existing.
Just existing. So it hit me last night. It's funny we talk about this because I was watching the show The Blacklist, and and there's a season where one of the main characters in there, she loses her husband. She's being chased by people around the world that are trying to, kidnap her or kill her because of what her parents did.
Yeah,
she's like an ex-FBI agent, so she's off in the wilderness at one point, literally in the middle of nowhere after she had been in a coma for a year and lost her husband. She left the FBI and she's just out in the wilderness trying to, live life and find her way again. Well, these guys stumble upon her and they tell her it's a plane wreck. And, she's in the middle of nowhere and it's literally below zero outside. And so they knock and ask for help. She allows them to come in. But anyway, long story short is these guys end up being mob bosses, and they came, or some of the mob bosses' henchmen, and they came to find this guy that she had found outside.
Yeah.
And she was trying to like help him, get his health. He was sick, trying to get him to a hospital. Well, come to find out again, they're part of the mob, and so she ended up killing all these guys. It was like
The mob guys?
yeah, she killed them all. Like she was a bad dude.
Oh, she was a killer?
I mean, she was in the FBI. She had been through so much.
Oh, I got you.
To get to that point. Like,
Look,
so like she was a lethal person.
Yeah, you out in the woods, it's going to do something to you.
I remember she was like, she told the guy I was on the walkie-talkie when they killed her dog and killed the cop that had came to help. In the shed, she was like, she said something like, he was like, well, it's 5 of us against one of you. And she was like, the difference is, or something like that. She's like,
what you been through?
I'm built for
Man.
I've been. She kind of hinted on that, but she's basically like, I'm built for this. But long story short, when she had killed everybody and she came back to wherever she was from, to the FBI agency or whatever, she was just talking how trouble found her. No matter where she went, trouble will find you. So the point I'm trying to make is, even if you are living a different life,
Oh, yeah.
you have to be able to handle situations a lot differently
As they come.
And that comes from growing.
That's right.
Because 9 times out of 10, it doesn't matter who you are, what you've been through, where you've been. Trouble will always try to find you.
That's
I can't tell you how many times trouble has tried to find me. But the difference is I'm not going for it nowadays.
The way that you handle it is different.
And it's because I've went through everything to get to the point to where I'm at today, just like this lady. She handled herself a little differently, but but not really, because she fought for what she believed in, what was right, and that's saving this guy. So maybe it's a worldly comparison, but for me saying that, like, you have to go through it. Whenever you come from being broken and being in that life situation, you have to take those life examples of what you've went through and how you've progressed in life, and you have to put those into play. You have to take the things that you learned and start to be able to handle situations differently. Because if you're still doing the same things and handling situations the same way you was handling them 5-10 years ago, then I would kind of question where you're at in your walk with the Lord, right?
That's it.
And I think, so a lot of it is, and I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, and like Paul put that on the thing, is a lot of the times it's excuses, right? So we point all of our fingers like all around at everyone else.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember when Rob Pierce looked at me in my eyes and said, "You're going to lose your family and it's your fault."
Yeah.
He said, "It ain't nobody else's, it ain't your mom's fault, it ain't your family's." He looked at me and said, "This is your fault."
Yeah.
And for the first time ever, I couldn't think of like
nobody else to blame it on.
Well, it was that circumstance.
It is my fault.
And if God would have gave me different, circumstances, then this would have been like. And he was like, "No, this is your fault."
Yeah.
And I remember for the first time in my life, just thinking,
the first time in
this is my fault.
Yeah.
Like
he's right.
I am responsible for this. And I quit looking for the excuse. I quit looking for a trouble. I quit looking and I blamed me. I stopped blame shifting.
It was internal.
This was on me.
Let me tell you guys this though. Seriously, this is why I appreciate you guys. This is why I appreciate Rob Martin also. So I know, right? This is crazy. I remember about 2 years ago when we first started this podcast. Rob told me, he said, "Your wife is a direct reflection of you," and it didn't set right with me. I'm telling you, we got in arguments about it. It literally about 1.5 years ago, he told me, "Your wife is a direct reflection of you." And I didn't want to accept that for any reason at all. It's heavy.
It's real heavy.
Because the way my wife was acting, that means it was on me. And I wasn't willing to accept that because I was so holy at the time. I think I was still at For the Sinners and all this stuff. But you know what? Over the past year, me and my wife have grown exponentially. And I think it's because I finally realized that it was all on me. Yeah. I was allowing and enabling. I was, I wasn't being a good steward to my own wife. Yeah. And it's not like I was like beating her or doing, I would allow certain things to slide. And as time went on, and a lot of it resulted in spending money or just being somewhat worldly and things like that. But I had an opportunity to share that with a friend of mine that's having a hard time. And really, I knew it made sense because I came to the conclusion a long time ago, once I accepted it, like, yeah, your wife is a direct reflection of you.
Yeah.
And all this goes in together because we're talking about changing and,
That's right.
and growing, right? But, man, it just, for a man to be able to accept responsibility and move forward in a progressive way, that's where real change continues to happen.
Yeah.
And even I think like to go beyond your wife.
And woman, yeah.
To go beyond your wife, I think your kids are a reflection
That's right.
of your parenting, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, Bella's 8, about to be 9. She's at a curious stage of, you know, Dad, what's this? Or why are things like this? And it's up to me as a parent to cultivate her mind and shape her mind. And I was at Heritage yesterday, and I seen their mission statement. And it was to give these children a biblical worldview. And I just thought, like, how important that is, not only at Heritage, but in my home, to give Bella a proper biblical worldview. And it's up to me as her parent. Like, she's a reflection of what I'm pouring into her. And I seen this video of this chef. He's a world famous chef. And he said the first time I ever read a book was in prison.
Wow.
So think about, like, did you ever read growing up, like, books that books that would, like, entice your mind?
I don't think I ever read
broaden your
books.
mind.
Stimulate your mind.
You know how you had the you got those points?
Accelerated
reading
reading.
books?
I can't tell you how many tests I failed.
I didn't read the book. I watched the movie.
And I think
Really? No, I
Still failed.
But even think about that, like, even around the kids we surround yourself with, and that's why it says, like, brokenness produces brokenness, is if you would have read a book, they would have said, Jew, you're lame.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like, because
Like, why are you reading?
Yeah, Drew, what are you doing?
like what? Like, think about if you was reading at 10 years old, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Jew, what are you reading that stupid Rich Dad, Poor Dad for? You ain't rich and ain't never gonna be. Like, that's what it. And then you would have put down the book.
Yeah. I read the teen version, by the way.
Yeah.
I did. Like, I mean, the thought process is, I never learned these things as a teen.
Yeah.
So why would I jump right into the book where I can learn, you know, the very basics first and then understand, you know, the other terminology behind. Man, and it's just, you know, we're just in a season of. I mean, I don't know. Like, the Lord has just put me back in a season of just growth and accepting it and just being okay with my current circumstances. The biggest thing now, I think, is again, for me, and this is kind of off track, but it's not allowing money to bully me.
Oh yeah.
I'm done allowing
That's good.
money and my finances. I'm not saying not to save, but I'm saying, like,
Money should never dictate how you feel,
how you move, how you maneuver through the streets,
who you are, your
who
character.
you are. I'm done allowing money to bully me because, you know, I'm living out of fear. So when you live out of fear, you're living outside of what God is calling you to do.
That's right.
So and everything revolves around money and not of Christ.
Yeah.
So now the mindset is look, Lord, you've had me since I've come to you, or you've brought me in. So why am I always worried? So it's just, you know, it's another season of growth, and
Because ain't that weird? Like, God can bless us, right?
With money.
With money in our home, and like, I would say all of us are farther than we probably ever have been in life.
man,
Yeah.
But then that becomes the biggest stressor.
yeah, I know, right?
Like, it becomes almost like.
But why?
Idolatry.
Because we allow it to.
Idolatry.
And we allow it to, and you know, at one time I couldn't have never imagined having even like 10 grand in my bank account.
Get your wife a Palestine, dog. Get her one.
Man.
Look, I'm telling you. Look,
The first lady wants a Palestine.
when
man.
you have a good wife, like,
Look,
literally,
that's right.
I'm realizing it, man. Look, when you have a good
Does
wife,
she deserve a Palestine?
hey, she deserves a Palestine,
She
nigga.
deserves to be sitting in them seats.
Hey, but here's the thing.
She deserves to be sitting in them seats.
Here's the
Look,
thing. I read this the other day.
Them plush seats.
You
Nah.
can read it all.
He ain't with it.
No, but like the pressure even that money and debt puts on your family, right? So, like, I'm not saying a Palestine couldn't be in the future,
Yeah.
but we're not going to go in debt to get it.
No, I get what
Nick.
you're saying. What I'm saying
Nick,
is
I'm just saying, it is Mother's Day.
there's things you can
Nah, what do you mean,
change,
man?
There's things you can change, you can manipulate.
Hey, if Nick wanted it, would he make it work? Nick would be like, carry the 2, take away the 1.
No, Nick would be like,
we ain't spending no more.
No, look, Nick would be like, I gotta go pick up some dressers, I gotta go pick up some beds. We gotta make his money shake.
By any means.
By any means.
That's why we don't go by feelings, we go by facts, right?
Yeah.
The first lady deserves a Palisade.
Yeah, well, I mean, she can look at one, a toy one.
Go test drive one.
Nah, but that's what, look, think about what that does to you. It fools you into thinking I can go get that, I can afford that.
Well, we listen to Eric Thomas and what Eric Thomas tell you.
Can you afford it?
Nah.
It ain't in the budget?
What does Eric Thomas tell you? Nick, at $300 a month could be a Palestine.
$300 a month for 10 years.
How do you say a Palestine? Nick, in 10 years, you're going to be a millionaire.
A Hyundai.
So why are you worried? Why are you worried?
Hey, guys, do not take these guys financially.
No, what I'm saying is I'm not saying go out and just spend that extra $300.
Yeah.
But think about how many things we spend worthless money. I mean, like not worthless money, but where we spend money on worthless things.
That's it.
That could add up. So if y'all really want this Palestine.
No, we don't. Here's the thing.
She said we don't.
No,
She
but
does.
Where's John at?
Where's John at?
That's what you want right now, though. But think about in 3 years, guess what's going to be out? Another new car, right?
Man, look.
Another
I don't
new
know.
car.
They did something different with these Hyundais.
Look, I'm just
These
telling
Hyundais
you.
are sit different.
They did raise the bar.
When you're exposed and you sit around a table full of millionaires and how they treat their wives,
You can't go back to be the
you
same.
can't go back to being the same.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, my eyes have been opened like never before. Like, and it's not about being around millionaires, but and it's not about loving your wives with, like, for example, one of my good friends, one of them down there. I mean, yeah, but anyway, man, it's pretty cool because we talk about this ring that she has, and she never wanted this ring.
Yeah.
They could have literally, I kid you not, this ring looks like a grape.
Really?
The diamond is big as a grape. And I share this story is because his wife never wanted it, but at one point in time he lost everything and he pawned.
Man, come on.
He pawned.
Come on.
He pawned. They got to the point to where they even lost. They had a $50,000 Rolex and he sold. Look, he tried to sell the Rolex because they fell on hard times.
When you feel something like that.
And look, he got ripped off. Look, he got ripped off for the Rolex. It was a scheme. So he made a point that once he grinded and got back to that point, he's like, I know she doesn't want this, but I'm going to bless her anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, and I know that's, look, and that's not about what.
That's what I told my wife earlier. I said, this is the year of sacrifice. Next year is the year of freedom.
Look, I'm giving you a hard time. I'm just playing.
That's what I just texted her 10 minutes ago.
You're a guru.
This is the year of sacrifice.
Nick is a money guru. I'm just kidding about that. Like, seriously.
But think about that, like, and this is why I think a lot of people stay broken and in poverty is because we want it before we get there, right?
Oh, there's no seasons. There's no separation of seasons.
There's no separation of seasons, and that's one of the bad things
Yeah,
about.
I agree.
Even credit is it fools you into thinking I can go get that.
I'm just saying, if you guys wanted to and you wanted to make it happen,
He can make it
y'all
happen.
can make it happen without even losing.
Then we're gonna have pressure.
Man.
No, you're not gonna have pressure because you're already spending $300
On something else.
that just goes.
And then the heart creates another idol that you want.
I mean, absolutely. I
Right.
mean, that's a part of being a human. You know, you gotta be able to fight that off.
I know for Nick's birthday, she pulled up in a new Nissan.
Hey, and she wasn't playing either.
Man, she wasn't playing.
She wasn't playing though.
She pulled up with more debt.
Look, now he try. Why is he playing it off like it ain't that big of a deal?
Then just sell it. Sell it and go back to our old beater truck.
I'm just telling you to think. I'm just telling you to think deep about it.
Thought about it.
If you try and sacrifice, you'll sell both them cars, get her
about it.
something small, and get you an old
You
truck.
get your old beater.
Thought about it.
You get you, Dick. You
It's
look.
the year of sacrifice.
We drive a Hyundai. And it ain't a Palace slide.
I just watched
What's it called?
Oh, Santa Fe?
Man, I just
We
watched.
got a Santa
Yeah, y'all
Fe.
got
It's
a
a
Santa
Palace
Fe.
slide.
Look, I just
Yeah.
watched a sermon about it, man. He said, we got garages that we can't park in because we got stuff in there. And he was like, the richest person in the world is not who has the most, it's who needs the least.
Listen, some of the two richest people in the world. I mean, here's another one that kind of goes to what you're saying. Some of the two richest people in the world got divorces.
Bill Gates just got a divorce.
Man, hey, I was shocked when I see that. I said, something ain't
so
right.
it goes to show you money
Jeff
don't buy
Bezos,
everything.
They got a divorces.
Something ain't right.
But you know what it's about? It's about how you treat your wife, man.
That's right.
And like that was another thing when I was down there. The way this man treated his wife and the way she smiled in front of everybody,
Oh, you know,
like you knew it was real.
Yeah.
And he would be like, "Baby, you just look." We'd be across the table. We'd be like, "Baby, you just look so good in that chair right now," and she would just smile, and I was like, "Man, that's how I want my relationship to be, like with my wife, to where we're just like, we've been together for 30 years, and we're still loving each other even more."
Right.
It just made me see how to love my wife even more whenever I was exposed to this type of love. You know what I mean? Like. And these are people that can have whatever they want, whenever they want, and however they want. They can treat people however they want.
How old are they?
60.
So one thing I would think about is
They walk every morning.
Do they together?
Every single morning for 30
No, but
years.
here's-
Oh yeah, you walk together.
Here's one thing.
It'll change something.
Here's one thing I think about is like they're 60, so they have a lifetime of experience, right? And a lifetime of. But what we try to do, we try to jump the hill.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Right?
They was probably they
So, like-
probably they was where y'all was at one time.
The
Here's
point
what
I'm
I
trying to
know.
make is I didn't mean to interrupt you, but the point I'm trying to make is just to love your wife.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't mean material. I'm just saying that just to be funny.
Because here's what I know, and like Jana's at 40, like she has the choice. I'm gonna give her like she knows she can retire
Yeah.
at 40. Like, so whether she works or not, it's gonna be up to her.
Nick ain't gonna let her retire.
And look, that's gonna
Nick's gonna be like, it's another year of sacrifice, baby.
nah.
We got another 10 of sacrifice, baby.
Nah, but that's gonna look sweet to people looking. They're gonna be like, how did they do that?
Yeah, when she's been working since she was 18,
They're gonna-
17, you know?
Like the 22-year-old person looking would be like, how did they do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I wish my wife didn't have to work,
Yeah.
but they don't understand the hills.
They don't understand she secured that bag.
Yeah, they
at
don't
an early
understand-
age.
And at a young age.
When Nick was in the trenches.
John Q taught her well.
They don't understand the dedication and
The years of
intention-
sacrifice.
Joyce Quickens.
Man, ain't that it?
The years of sacrifice.
Hey, that's been on Nick's forefront, ain't it? This
Hey,
is
it
the
had
year of sacrifice.
Don't say
It is.
nothing.
Look,
Don't ask for
look,
nothing.
you know what it is?
It is.
Because we've been reading in our D group Bible. We're in right now. We're in like Genesis chapter 40 through 50, but where we're talking about the 7 years of famine, and basically that's what the Lord's telling Joseph is like, look, it's
It was
time.
7
It's
years.
the
gotta-
7
you gotta
years of
stack up,
sacrifice.
man.
And everybody else was looking silly.
Yeah,
wasn't
we
it?
got. Then when it hits, no, and that's the exact point. Is whenever the time hit, at the end of the day, even the Egyptians that lived in the land
Man.
sold themselves and their livestock because they didn't prepare.
That's right.
They didn't prepare in those 7 years.
Man, you wasn't saving up whenever I was telling you, look,
Yeah,
it's coming.
And so that. And here's the crazy thing about it. This is a nugget for everybody. Check this out. Because the Israelites was in favor with God,
Man,
they were taken care of.
that's right. That's
And
right.
the Egyptians,
What about
they didn't
Joseph?
have favor.
What about Joseph, though? Because, he was going through a season before that where he could have blamed everything on God and said, God, why am I going
Man,
through
Joseph
this?
had favor.
Not realizing that God was
God
wasn't preparing him.
because God had instilled it in him over and over again that I am with you.
That's right.
I am
That's
with
right.
you, Joseph.
No matter the situation
I am
or the
with you.
circumstance, yeah.
I can't tell you in one chapter
was
how
in a
many times it
season of
said that.
preparation.
I am with you.
Yeah.
I am with you, Joseph. So in times, and this is what I didn't relay last night, just in my little rant that I went on, but guys, in a season, when we go through seasons of afflictions, just hold on to the promises
That's
and
right.
realize that
That's right.
the Lord is with you. I promise you that. I promise, and this is if you're saved, literally, like if you are a child of God.
Yeah.
The Lord is with you, and He will. You won't go without. Now,
That's right.
life may look a little different. Your plate might not be as full,
Trust me, we're going through it right now.
but it's gonna be enough.
I just had to tell my wife the other day, like, there something is beautiful, like this season of waiting, this season of in the middle, the season of when you're waiting on something to happen.
Yeah.
But the waiting is where you learn to appreciate like the blessing. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
if you just went from blessing to blessing to blessing, how would you ever appreciate? You couldn't appreciate
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
You couldn't appreciate. That's why people look. If it comes easy, it goes easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so right now, I had to remind her, like, just because we're in this season, God is still we're still blessed.
Oh yeah.
God ain't just like he was with us in the last season, he's gonna be with us in the next. He's also with us in the middle.
I mean, I don't really know your current situation and what's going on. I'm assuming
Sleeping on Nick's couch.
I was going to say, I'm assuming it's about the house.
Sleeping on Nick's couch.
But
he got it made. He got a whole living room.
I know he got it set up, didn't he?
Nick got a big house.
He took my fireplace in his room.
Nick got a big house. Nick keeps his temperature on 60.
He took
Drew, you would sleep good in there.
Oh, I know it. I
It's
love
a cave. There ain't no windows.
I love
Hey, Jew, it ain't no suffering. Talking about we in the what? We in the way.
Hey,
That's what I'm saying. That's
we
what
kick
I,
back.
He got his own shower down there.
that's what I had to tell her.
Hey, you know how we used
He
to
can
live.
step out the back and jump in the pool.
You know how we used to live when we lived with Jew. It was like, hey, I guess you're gonna sleep beside me. Or
yeah,
on
we're going to have to ride it out.
Man.
or on the
We're going to
floor.
ride it out.
It's different times nowadays. I'm
Yeah.
like, you living
But
with
think
me,
about
but
how
like,
blessed we are,
Hey,
though.
Exactly.
Nick got the equivalent of like a guest house. You know how you got the real house, then you
Yeah.
got the guest house.
Yeah.
Look, we just gonna stay out in the guest house and live good.
Oh, I know it.
You know what I'm saying? Look, he
Step
got-
right up.
he
I've been
got-
seeing Chloe
Hey,
take
look.
pictures by the pool every
It got
day.
me, it got me
I mean,
rethinking some things.
It ain't
Yeah.
they ain't suffering and waiting.
Hey, look,
It
we
ain't
could,
the
we
real
could,
suffering.
we could be,
it ain't the 7
It
years.
ain't the
of-
7 years.
we could be in a year of, we could just stay with Nick for the next 5 years and stack
Hey,
up.
look, Nick ain't having that.
You know what I'm saying? It's just different. It's
Nick's gonna hand you a lease
slide a
termination
note like that.
an eviction notice.
I'ma be
Now
like-
you gonna come home, it's gonna be on that door in red warning eviction
I'm
notice.
gonna be like Lewis. Hey boy,
Yeah.
back in my day.
Yeah, he can start giving him Lewis speeches.
I
Now,
wouldn't
he can
say
start
Lewis
waking everybody
yesterday.
up at 5 o'clock in the morning,
You know,
which y'all's beds made.
When
He's
you
got to go back to the.
when you got a family, you need to provide a space for your family. You know, Lewis would make up a story.
Oh,
built,
yeah.
I know it.
I built a house for my family.
It was in the Bible.
I went
Oh,
and seen him
that's
yesterday.
That's awesome.
He's doing good. I got him 2 fish fillets. He was happy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was real
That
happy.
he smoked. Lewis is about 90 now, ain't he?
Man, he's something like
He done
that.
lived through the whole Old Testament.
Man, he done lived through 8 generations, boy.
Man, look. So, real quick, this Sunday is Mother's Day. Man, we're celebrating all the mothers. I went and seen mine yesterday. Keep her in prayer. She's having hip replacement surgery. She's getting a new hip. My wife, just all the moms we know, man. It's just a very unique time to celebrate moms. I mean, I think it's just like dads. Like when it's Father's Day, I think that they should be celebrated on the highest level.
Are those
Yeah.
pictures true? Mother's Day, all out. Father's Day, egg sandwich.
Yeah, that's it.
I think it should be the other way around.
That's what it is.
I'm telling you, I think dads should be treated like kings on Father's Day.
Father's Day is quality time.
I'm talking about, look, honey, what you want to wear tomorrow, how hot you want your bath water, what you want to eat. I'm saying because, look, if you got a real man, there's a scarcity of real men.
It's called husband.
Yeah.
That's what it translates to.
Does it?
I mean, that's what I'm making it up.
Man, that sounded
That was
good,
good.
though.
But
That sounded real
husband
good.
actually bonds the family
Man, that sounds
together.
good, don't it?
So, meaning we are
Husband.
a real husband is supposed to be the glue and the bond to keep everybody
that.
together in instruction. And,
Where you hearing that, Jew?
Man, I've been reading a lot lately.
Man, I
you know
like
what I'm saying?
that, Jew. That just
But,
did something to me.
But
Husband.
but think about it. That's what we're called to do. And if you're not bonding your family, if you're not doing the best you can to bond your family, understanding that the sole provider is ultimately the Lord, but He's using you, that it is a privilege to be a dad.
It's an
It is
honor,
a privilege to serve your wife and be a father. So understand, again, guys, it is a privilege to live. It is a privilege to breathe the air we breathe. When you get to that place and you see everything is a privilege, I'm telling you, life is going to be different for you.
I get to. I don't have to.
Yeah, I get to. I don't have to. Life is going to be different for you. So
That's right.
I mean, that's all I got for
So
today.
for the Mother's Day, is the First Lady ain't getting the Palisade?
Heck no.
we going to Don Moore today. Call them up, run them up, Palisade right now.
That's what she did for you. I'm telling you, she was running around crazy.
How
for
much are
Nick.
they right now? Let's see how much a used Palisade is.
I don't think they're even. You can't even get them used.
Yeah, you can.
Not with the plush seats. She wants the
How
big.
you spell it? PAL.
I don't know. She wants the big
Look,
sunroof.
all I had to do is just put in used PAL, and that's what comes up.
Oh yeah.
Pa-
Let's
I
look
mean-
them up.
I mean, they fire.
They are.
You can get a used one for 34 bands.
There you go, Nick.
Nick, you can trade the car in. You can trade you might be able to get them for cheaper than that, for real.
All you gotta do is trade the Nissan in.
Nick ain't hearing anything we're saying.
You get them in a few years.
When it drops down a little bit. What year is that?
They knew.
What year is that? Oh yeah, but Nick is right. Just in a few years, that'll be the old thing.
Oh yeah, in a few years
There'll be something else. Hey,
they'll be cheaper.
I'm gonna tell you what's fire. The new Chrysler vans, the new Toyota vans, the 2021s. I'm telling you, they are so nice. They look like a hybrid between a van and an SUV. Like they got certain cuts in it that don't make it look like a van no more. I mean, they are bad. Look it up.
What is it?
2021 Toyota
Me and my family.
or a Chrysler.
We trying to buy assets, not liabilities. We getting into real estate soon.
You already got
all
liabilities.
right, well, go sell your car and buy a car you can just drive around in a little bucket.
I did that, man. They had too many mechanic issues.
Look, because it's going to cost you, ain't you?
2021.
I said, well, look, I got to get a car. I ain't no mechanic.
Chrysler. Yeah, hey, that's the problem. So any decision you make, it's going to cost you one way or another,
That's
right?
what I was doing. I was busy buying old trucks and cars. I said, man, I had to work on cars every month now.
Yeah, they look smooth.
No, that ain't. You got to look up the Toyota. That ain't the right one. That looks like a handicap van.
All right, I got to go.
All right, so what you got going out?
I got
Straight dad talk.
meeting.
Vans, SUVs, people hollers.
Who said that?
Paul Johnson.
Man, dads on Father's Day, we get a
They
quality
do look
time.
smooth.
Hey, it is, ain't it? I'm
Go
telling
ahead,
you.
Nick.
We get quality time, like on Christmas. We might get some boxers.
Don't give.
You knew how I knew I was getting old. It's whenever I sat back and was just able to be blessed to see my kids open up gifts.
Yeah,
I didn't even care what I got.
Father's Day is different.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean,
Man, for Father's Day, look, women, show out. When I
I'm
say
used to
show
it.
out, show all the way out.
hey, dog, when you're used to it,
I don't even like gift. I like thoughtfulness. Like,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
just wanna
Show
know you
all
put
the way out. You should go all the
some-
way
put some
out.
thought into what
You know what I'm saying? Like, go all the way out. I mean, go over the top.
yeah, like being a freak.
Pull up with it. Huh? Hey, we go have to. We go.
I mean, we're married. Is there anything wrong with that?
That's right. That's right. Anything else, Drew?
Like, bless
I
me.
gotta go.
Bless me.
Bless me.
Y'all have a good week.
All right, peace.